Welcome back, people. Another SLP TV production, and yes, finally, grassroots football is back. Some of us thought we'd never get here in 2021, but thankfully, the restrictions have been lifted and we managed to get games back on. Now, today, we have a double banker against the quite highly rated, I would say, Mboys, who are a new team to the Met League, have gone into the Premier Division and are doing quite well. They've got a good reputation for beating some highly rated teams. I think they recently beat Rising Ballers in the London Cup. So, tough test for us today. We're essentially going into a double header with no pre-season. So it's going to be difficult from a fitness point of view, but we'll see how we get on. Let's go into today's squad and the first lineup. And we can see that we've shaped up today with a 4-3-3, and you know it does chop and change throughout the game, so keep an eye on what players come on and where. So Mboys get us underway in the first of our double game session today, so let's see how the boys get on. We can see Mboys straight away looking to hit that dive from the right centre half. They're doing very well on picking the ball up into little areas here, pockets of space where they can hit that dive again to the left wing back. Seem to be doubling up on this right hand side. Maybe they've identified that as an area they think they can get some joy out of, and Mike does well to clear the ball. Mboys seem to be quicker to everything than us at the moment there. We need to be much better working off those first and second balls, especially if the goal kicks drop in a little bit deep. But you can see what we're trying to do here is get the ball out to Ija. Now Ija 1v1 should have some space to run into, but shepherd out a play there. Well done by the Mboys defending midfielder there. He seems to just deny the time and space that Ija has. Panthers trying to play out from the back and then get Ija again fronting up 1v1 against the skipper, who was probably their best player in my opinion on the day from a coach's point of view. Exactly the type of play you want. Now the ball's played into Jeff. Was he just offside? Maybe. I think we kind of stopped there, but you've got to play to whistle on those opportunities. It's a free kick here now given, I believe. Yeah, it's a free kick here in a dangerous position for Mboys. A bit soft in our opinion. Camera didn't really pick up the challenge, but I think with just a little nudge on him there and he went down, and it's number 7 is lining it up and over the wall and across, and that's a goal for Mboys. Not the start that we were expecting. You can see here he's got it up and over the wall with good pace. Tom, he should really be stretching for that. And we find ourselves 1-0 down quite early in this game. You can see here, whenever we try and pick the ball up and dribble with it, the pitch is just not allowing us to play to how we want. We want to get the wingers engaged in the game. We want them fronting up the defenders 1v1. And you can see as this ball is rolling, it's just bobbling and bobbling. But hey, it's the same for both teams. They seem to be playing it out from the back with a lot more confidence than us at the moment. So we really need to get to grips with this. And our press is a bit lackluster. Good feet there from the defender, I believe. I think he stepped out from defence, played out to his number 10, who again, look, you can see the space. They're trying to get this wing back involved. Gets a shot off, it's blocked, but it's trickling out to their player. And it's popped out to his number 12. He's going to wind one up, and it's just wide. You can see from that phase of play there, they certainly wanted to get this left wing back involved in the game, and unfortunately for us, we're sort of rushing everything. You can see here the ball's been played long on a pitch where it felt like concrete underneath. It's just going to bounce away, and when you've got a bouncing ball like that on this sort of pitch, you just can't get into any sort of rhythm. And the difference between the teams as it stands, Mboys are doing exactly this. Again, out to their left wing back, who seems to have a lot of space. We did identify that and look at maybe changing the shape to match them, but fundamentally we just are not getting a foothold of this game at all at the moment. It's back and forth, and Mboys are doing quite well with their possession. They're maintaining possession in good key areas. What you see us doing here is good pressure from Jeff, and he just didn't get his body over it.
Right, tie! He needs back post, Max!
So we've changed the shape to match them. We've now gone to wing backs with playing 3 centre halves. They were getting far too much joy down this left hand side with their left wing back, and so we've looked to match them up, and we've gone with 2 central strikers. So we hope that then allows us to nullify the space that they're getting in that area and maybe put a bit more pressure on those 3 centre halves, because at the moment it's too bitty from us. We can see here Manny, good technical player, but difficult to get to grips with the pitch, unfortunately, today. And we were just exactly that. We did not get to grips with the conditions. We did not get to grips with the energy of Mboys, and they've started far stronger than us. Throw in for us on the right hand side of the pitch. It's thrown in. It's cleared by the Mboys player. Maxi with a shot and Jeff with a shot. 2 poor efforts there. We need to do better. I've left this clip in to just show just how bad the pitch is. Sorry, Mike, you're not going to like me for this, but look how bad this bobbles. Look, bobble, 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 and whoop, out it goes. So a free kick given away here in a dangerous area, an area in which they could put the ball in, but it's rolled out again to number 12. He had one opportunity before and he's just drilled it wide.
Mike, it's too narrow. Win it, win it, win it, win it.
So some good sustained possession here for the Panthers. We find ourselves getting into these areas where we really need to be delivering into the box. And free kick given there, I think it was a little bit soft in all honesty. But Ty is going to step up, see if he can deliver a good, decent ball into the box. And it's just over here. It's a shame. And for those of you that say it's just Sunday League, just geezers turning up to have a laugh, it means something. Good pressure here on the centre halves. We said when they're on the ball, we've got to put some pressure on. Lovely little nutmeg there, and then he's just taken down cynically. No cards, although the ref was a little bit happy to give cards out for other things. Not enough consistency there, so free kick opportunity again. We need better delivery. All right, it's dropped into the box and it's just a 50-50, which surely goes away for the corner, but he's given a goal kick. So there we have it, half time in game 1. We're 1-0 down to a really well worked free kick. We'll be disappointed with how we've stepped out in that first half, but there's another 30 minutes to go, and then after that another game. So let's see how we can continue in this second half. So Mboys on the attack. Looks like one of the centre halves has come out again. He's wearing number 6, maybe he's midfielder, but we seem to have dealt with that, and now we're trying to play out. We've asked for the lads to be more confident on the ball, get on the ball and play, but we seem to go a little bit direct again. And lovely touch here by the centre half. He's done really well there, under pressure from Jeff, and managed to then hit diag, get the ball out to his player. Very, very accurate pass there. He seems to be finding himself cutting through us at the moment. A knife through butter. Ball played into the box, and then it's at the back post, and oh, he'll be disappointed with himself there. It's simple stuff really, but every time that ball is played forward, the second ball, they are onto it. They're hungrier, they're more confident on the ball. We have not turned up yet in this game, and they seem to be sustaining this attack with a poor defensive header there. That's dropping to an Mboys player, just on the outside of the box, and he rolled it into the bottom corner. Here we can see, again, it's another one where could we be getting across to save that, and we find ourselves 2-0 down, which is not a great start. With double headers, you start losing games early in these double headers, and you're going to find yourself struggling towards the bottom end of the table, and that's not what this team is about. Where we go direct again, we played it up to Jeff, and again we just can't get that final ball off to the player who's advancing through the middle or in a wide position, and it's broken down. And again, Mboys, credit to you, they've broken down our attack. They're playing out with confidence. Although we're winning the ball here, look, this final ball is just not accurate enough. Good strength there by Jason. He's made the best of a bad situation. I say to the lads all the time, you've got to win these challenges on first contact and stand your ground. And we've got a free kick in a decent area here. Left-footed delivery from Sheldon. What can we do? Ball's played in and it's just nicked off one of their players, but I don't think he gives the corner. Oh no, I'm wrong. Here we go. Another in-swinging corner. Now we've got to do better from here in these positions. No one attacking the ball. Completely missed by everyone. Comes out to Faisal. Decent little strike, but you're not going to get through the amount of bodies there. And now Mboys straight away, one long kick up the pitch, putting us right into trouble. And Aaron does extremely well there to shepherd that out, play it out nicely. Well done. And now what can we do here? Cameron on the left-hand side in an unfamiliar position, plays the ball forward, up to Jason. Jason with the lob, and it's just unfortunately wide. No words from me really, credit where credit's due, lovely finish on him. Mboys 3, Panthers 0. Bit of a silly foul there. Sheldon got a little bit upset with that, rightly so when you get studs down your Achilles, but Mboys full of confidence there. They're 3-0 up going into the end of this game. That's 3 points to them. We've got to see if we can recover from this, because at the moment in this game we have not turned up. We have not turned out a performance that I expect from a Panthers side, and unfortunately that is it. Full time, 3-0 Mboys. Let's hear what the manager has to say.
Right, so we need to get on it and start playing. It's really simple. Tuesday or Wednesday, what was the game? Wednesday. We played, we got on it, we played. I know the pitch allowed us to do that, but we were one touch, two passes. We got it out wide, we got it into the big men. The big men held it up and allowed other players into the game. This is a completely different game to that. And I'll tell you what, if any of you come to me after this game and demand fucking minutes, like I've had in the past, fuck off. Because there's players today that have not played, that should be playing. Because they haven't been here long enough, I didn't pick them. Don't come to me and saying you demanded to start, because you won't play again after a performance like that. Is that understood? Yeah. And a lot of you this week have been calling me matey, bruv, pal. I fucking run a football team. Every football team I've worked for, the manager, the person who runs the team is called Gaffer. What is my name? Nothing else. Show me some fucking respect. And do not talk back to me, regardless of who you are. I will not have that either. Is that understood? Yeah. Yep. Now everything needs to be positive going forward. We need to be positive in our play. We've lost 3-0. That game is done. It's a new game. There's an hour to turn that result over. And the way in which we can do that, I think we need to start getting some shots and some efforts on target. It's all a little bit overhit. The free kicks are a little bit overhit. Just take something off it. Drop it in rather than dropping it over. Drop it into the mixer. Allow people given a chance to try and win the first or second balls. Because at the moment, I think you agree, it's going beyond you. Jason, where are you? It's gone beyond you on free kicks and corners and crosses and stuff. It's gone beyond. Just drop it in. We're changing shape. We're going back to what we know. All right, we're playing with wingers. All right, so the shape is going to be a 4-3-3. We're going to take it to them. We've been too negative. Let's take it to them. Let's attack their back three. Let's get right up in them and right in their faces. But you defensive players need to be switched on. Win it, get it out to your fullbacks or get it out to the wingers. All right? Jeff, get it into his feet, let him hold the ball up and allow other players to come into play. But he's got 3 centre-halves to deal with as well. All right? So you've got to be quick. When it goes up to him, you've got to get to him to support him. You can't hold off and wait for Jeff to work wonders against 3 centre-halves. All right? But where they're concentrating on him, it should allow gaps for our wide players like Idra and Jason to get involved. Right, I want you to be positive with each other. Yeah. If someone makes a mistake, don't worry, I've got you. I've told some of you before, you're not only in this team for what you can do with the ball at your feet, but how you react and act with your teammates. It's got to be positive. It can't be any negativity. And then we've got players with ability to come on as well. We've rotated and rotated to give people minutes. But if the next 30 minutes we have to make no changes, we'll make no fucking changes. Because we need to get a foothold in this game. So we need to start building a rhythm by getting on it and playing. I want to win this next game. Otherwise we're bottom of the table. Facts. And I'm not accepting that. I don't think any of you lot will either. we'd be bottom of the table because it's so tight. With these double headers, I said to you, you win them both at 6 points, you can leapfrog people. You lose them both, people below win their double headers, we're bottom of the table. It's that tight. And there's a reason why at the moment people think we're no good. It's because we're not getting results that we should. We need to change that, and change that from now. Agreed?
Yeah. Go on, man.
Let's get out there and win. Come on.
So there you have it from the gaffer. He's not accepting that sort of performance in this second game. I think what we found is we're not getting enough shots on target. We're not really tested their keeper. We certainly haven't maintained enough possession in the middle and the final third. And also the set pieces have been too far overhit. So rather than dropping it into areas for players to attack, it's going over their heads. So let's see whether the boys can sort of change that moving forward. And a good early shot there from Jeff. Some dodgy offside calls in this game. I mean, he missed a shot anyway, but there was about 2 or 3 occasions where Jeff bent his run and run from behind the defender, and it was being called all day long. So I get it, it's under league, there's no professionals in this level, but the frustrations were starting to kick in with regards to that. But good aggression, good controlled aggression from Panthers as they started this second game in the first half, and you can see straight away we've had some opportunities where we've had their defenders turn, and that was key really. We want to make sure that these defenders are running back to their own goal rather than getting on it and playing and dictating the tempo of this match. And we've managed to get Ija, we've managed to get Jason and Jeff sort of involved in the game from the early doors. Much better from Panthers. We can see in the 50-50 challenges we're starting to have a little bit of an impact there now, and we're starting to get players who are the more technically gifted, shall we say, actually involved in the game, and Manny being one of them has got really good close control. Jason has got some really good energy in wide areas as well, so we're hoping this is a good positive start, but we're hoping this continues for the rest of the game. Another free kick given here for Mboys to put in another delivery. They seem to be getting quite a few in and around the box. I think it's number 10 that's shaping up to whip this one in, plays it in, and I think it's just dropped to one of their players, but he didn't really connect with it. And we see Tom's going long early. We wanted him to sort of slow that down a little bit, but we have an opportunity here where Ija's got a little bit of pace to sort of attack those centre halves, which we haven't done enough of in this game so far. Great control there on a difficult pitch by Jason. He's played it out wide to Ija, and we can see it. Yep, that's a hamstring injury. With the issues we're having at the moment where we can only get a certain amount of players out on the pitch, hamstring injury to someone that has scored in every game he's played for us. This is a massive blow to the Panthers. All of us wish him the best in his recovery, but he could be out for quite some time. And we rejoin the action now with a corner to Mboys, who whips it in low. Quite a decent idea that. One on this bobbly pitch that could go anywhere, and Adrian's done well to get a foot on it and shepherd that out of play. So they line up again for another corner. Be interesting to see whether he goes for the same sort of tactic, whether he goes low or hits it high and wide. He has gone low again. Decent tactic on a bobbly pitch that could literally go anywhere. And so now we're looking to break with Manny, who's playing it up to Jason. I think, Kwaku, who's just missed out there, but good tackle there by Manny, who can now slip it into the channel. Faisal was trying to run onto it, but quite a pacey player back there, and they've done well to recover and put that out of play.
T, back post. Adrian, left shoulder.
I think Mboys there getting the same treatment we were getting from the referee in the first half. He seems to love to blow his whistle this one, but we've done very well to play it very quickly out to Kwaku, who's trying to do something to create a little bit of space for himself. Manny, who's out in the wide right position, comes back into time. You can see again there, look how badly this is bobbling. You're having to take an extra touch just to get it under control. Manny does well with his first touch there, whips a ball in, it drops kindly to Jason. Well done to the Mboys defender there, just nipped in front of him to clear that away. Much better from Panthers here. You can see when we lose the ball, we're working twice as hard to try and win it back, and we're getting it into the feet of our big men up top, who are a danger when they're able to spin the centre halves and then play the wingers through into the channels. So here we have an opportunity from set pieces. Now our set pieces were poor in the first half. We've asked for it to be dropped in, which it seems to be doing here. It's put up to Adrian, he just misses. Is that Cam at the back post? And Boy's done well there to stop that, and he seems to be driving it out of play, and it's gone out for a throw-in.
In the back, ref, in the back! In the back! Come on! Got to be consistent!
Craig, our skipper, asking for consistency there from the ref. I don't think you're ever going to get that with a chap that turned up not knowing where Dulwich Park was and half an hour late. But here we see Panthers have done well to defend the attack from Mboys, and now we're trying to play it out in intricate passes into little pockets of space. Kwaku with a shot, and I mean the keeper's about 8 foot tall, so he's able to just pat that over. Maybe he could have held that there, but it's another set piece for us here. And they seem to have improved from the first half, or the first game, sorry. So another corner being played in by Ty. He's dropped it in exactly what we asked. Adrian at the back post, and there we have our first goal of the restart from a set piece. Exactly what we asked for at half time. Drop it in there so players can attack, and Adrian, I mean, he had all day to nod that in at the back post. Fantastic start from us. I think what we've deserved in this one. We've certainly turned up now in this game. Let's see if we can kick on and maybe go on and get another. Another dangerous ball there by Mboys, and it's flashed across the box, and there's no one there to sort of capitalise on it. I think they'll be kicking themselves there, not being able to get across one of our defenders to nod that in. Really good idea there from the free kick taker in the number 7. Number 7 was quite a technical player, had a really good game when he came on. Mboys will be disappointed there. 1-1, that might have changed the way that this game is going, but at the moment we seem to have got rid of that sort of danger. And we'll see if we can continue to carry on in the same vein as we did. Still 1-0. Mboys seem to be pushing though.
Double. The yellow ball, it's clear as day!
Another example of some ridiculous decisions that happened in this game. A back heel against 2 of the defenders' shins goes out for a throw, and somehow Mboys get the ball. But let's focus on the game at hand. Let's focus on doing what we do best, which is pressing here. Really good pressing there by Jeff and by Jason and Kwaku. We seem to be putting them into a bit of trouble in the right hand side of the corner. Look there, we are not giving up, and we seem to have turned possession over and got ourselves a free kick. We've not let that decision get to us, and we've continued with the press, continued with the controlled aggression, and got ourselves a free kick in a dangerous area. Ty, same delivery please. Drop it in, let the boys run onto it, see what can happen. Defended there by Mboys. Kwaku winds one up, and oh, what a goal! Kwaku there capitalising on a header that's dropped just in front of him. I think it's a volley with the outside of the boot, so it's just bent away from the keeper. See if we can get a closer look here. Really good technique. It's bending away from the keeper as it's dropping. Great goal by Kwaku. 2-0 up in the first half. A complete change in mentality.
Hey, boys, up it, man! Come on!
Come on, Cam, let's go now, let's go! Come on!
You can hear from the boys there, they're hungry for more. They're not stopping here. We need to bounce back from that first game where it was a 3-0 whitewash and we were totally outclassed in that game. The boys were sort of told that we need to up it and show what we're really about in this second game. We seem to be doing that, especially with these balls up to the big man up top. And Jeff just unfortunately, I think, has given a free kick away there. But look at the shift in mentality. See what he can do for a team. I'm going to let this clip run on for a little bit. Listen and hear in the change in mentality from my players.
This time! Yeah! You kick through!
Who's off him?
Hey, ref!
Come in, work great! Oh, I love that, Aaron, love that!
We've got players snapping into challenges now. Interceptions. They're winning their challenge on first contact. That shift in mentality is what has won us this half. What we have to continue to do in the second half of this second game is maintain that level of concentration, aggression, attitude and application, and not let sloppy things like this happen where we may have found ourselves conceding a goal just before half time. But as it stands, it's 2-0 going into the second half of the second game. 3 points have already been lost in the first game. There are 3 points up for grabs in this second game. We need to put things right. We need to get this 3 points. If we're going to do anything in this season, we need to maintain that pressure and get results. Let's see how the boys continue in this second half. Lovely bit of pressing and aggression and tackling there from Jason with a little bit of added skill at the end of it. We've continued in the same vein from the first half in this second game. Good aggression, good tackling, but the encouragement from each other and not getting onto each other's back is what's really encouraging about this second game.
Yes, boys! Lovely!
You see Aaron and Sheldon there snapping into challenges. Manny with the quick feet, playing it into Jason who's managed to force a corner here. We've done well so far from set pieces in this second game. Let's see what can happen from here. Ty's been doing really well to pick out our attacking players in this position. Ball gets floated in. Hardenow, keeper, he's done really well there. He's a big lad. I should be expecting him to claim those things really, but we've won the ball there. That was really good by Manny. That's what his job is. If anything comes out, he wins that, and it's cleared there by Mboys. So there's another corner, another opportunity, another good ball played in by Ty. Jason just unlucky. I think the defender did well to get in front of him. The keeper's held it up. Jason's tried to scoop it through the guy's legs and it's gone out for another corner. We seem to be putting on the pressure now. I think if we get another goal from this, we can take the sting out of the game. Another delivery from Ty. What's going to happen? Adrian again at the back post, completely free. Ghosted in at the back post again. They have not dealt with him all game in terms of set pieces. And look at this. Bullet header right at the back post. 2 goals for Adrian Mitchell. When was the last time we said that? 3-0 to Panthers. 3 points surely are ours. Let's see how the rest of the game pans out. Ooh, Jason is on fire. He's played up to Jeff. Jeff is being held off by the centre half, but good advantage played there by the referee. Quaker gets it out of his feet. We can't quite see it, but he seems to have slotted it in at the back post. Another goal for the Panthers. Loved the celebration. 4-0. After losing the first game 3-0, we were out of it. To come back and win 4-0, what a great reaction. And let's just play this from the moment Jason does this skill. Scooped it past the captain, had a really good game. The referee done really well here to play advantage because we were all calling for a free kick. Kwaku runs onto it, 1 touch, 2 touch, bang, slots it, keeper left stranded, 4-0, game done. What a reaction from my players.
Let's go, Cam. Go, Cam. Well done. Who's off him? Hey, ref! Yeah, thank you. Bro, you didn't get the ball.
So that's it, we're going to wrap this up. It's a 4-0 win for Panthers in the second game of our double header. Shout out to Mboys who created us all sorts of problems in the first game. We managed to get our revenge in the second game with a 4-0 win. The 2 results there up on screen, you can see they had a convincing 3-0 win and we managed to turn it round. Let's see what the gaffer has to say.
I'm going to start with a negative and I'm going to end on a positive. Negative, didn't turn up first game. I think we'll all agree that. We'll all agree with that. Second game, that's who we are. That is what we do. We press, we engage, with short and sharp passes. We put it into areas for willing runners. And when it breaks down, we work our bollocks off for each other. And that second game is exactly what we're about. But we cannot, going forward, wait for a second game to wake up. We've said this a few times, we're a bit slow to start. And I'll own the negativity before the start of the game, because I was more worried about the nets and where the ref was kicking off half an hour too late to not properly prepare for that game. I'll take that on board, that's my fault. So I'm going to own that. You guys, you own your performances on that pitch and you fucking made up for it in the second game. Very, very happy. But the goals, no, you know what, first and foremost, a clean sheet after losing 3-0. Proud of every single one of you, because that's not just defence, that's fucking everyone. Proud of every single one of you for that. To then put them to the sword after losing to them 3-0, superb. That energy, that intensity, we have to start with that next week, because we will be playing a better team. I promise you I'll find us a better pitch, because that's a fucking disgrace. But thank you for the guy who sourced it for us. For those of you that don't know, I tried 38 different venues to get this game on after they kindly decided not to respond to me for 3 weeks. But we managed to get this game on. First game we lost, second game we won. Even Stevens, congratulations to him on the first game, but that second game is what we are about. Alright, well, after a frantic double header against a really good side, we're going to have an interview with one of our new players who seems to have popped up with 2 goals today in our second game. First of all, welcome to the team.
Cheers.
Do you want to introduce yourself, let people know who you are and what you're about?
Yeah, my name is Kwaku Ansar and come down to play. Wheeler contacted me and I thought, since I play semi-professional, but obviously the league's void, so come down to play some games. I know a couple of the lads here, so when he asked me, it was kind of easy to decision.
What he means is he's been following our journey for 2 years and has wanted to play with us since then.
Yeah.
What did you think about the standard of the game today? Because I know it's slightly different to what you're used to.
Yeah, I mean, the standard obviously is different, but I mean, it's pretty much the same. Football's football. Work rate, all over the pitch. Doesn't matter what standard you are. Obviously, the pitch was a bit difficult to play, but
to say the least,
you just play the pitch. Really.
Play the conditions. Try to get the best out of it. So the first game, obviously, we walked away with a 3-0 loss. We were very slow to sort of react to how they played. What do you think changed for us in the second game?
Second, intensity, work rate. I think we, probably showed them a bit too much respect in the first game, and I think second game, I think everyone had a chip on their shoulder just to get back and just to show them who we actually are. I mean, there's very good players in this team, so once we showed that and players were playing where they know they can play best and worked hard for the team, then the goals were going to come.
And I think we were missing some defensive players today. look, it's Sunday League, you can't use missing players as an excuse, but it disrupted our sort of shape. First half I changed it to match them, probably shouldn't have done that, so I'll own that. So second half we went out with our formation and the way that we play and know what we can do when we play with confidence. And I think that was the major thing in that game, and we needed to play with confidence. But, you know, you nicked 2 goals for us. The second goal, talk us through the second goal, because that's the one that I think people are going to enjoy watching.
Yeah, so I mean the second goal, it was a counter attack, and I think Jeff, who was working so hard today up top, he was battling with the centre half, and the ball just broke through to me. I've just ran onto it. I just thought, 2 touches, take a touch, and then strike early. The keeper was quite tall. I mean, if you see him, he's
good in the air. But you know, if he struck early, hard and low, I think you'd have a chance against him.
Even before that, just the work from the lads, just to sort of press them, get the ball, play it through. That's what sort of made the whole sort of goal. So sort of pleased with that.
So we're going to start calling it the Kwaku brace, are we? Is that what it is, or is it?
I mean, I try to get the third at the end, but
cool.
It sort of slipped. But happy with the team.
Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, cheers.
Great to have you as part of the team. I think one of the contenders for man of the match, and we'll work out who that is at the end. So look, I hope you enjoyed today's video. We'll have some more games coming up. They are double headers, so there's going to be more footage out there, but hopefully more performances like that second half. Thanks, guys.
Cheers. Come on, Panthers.